Hey everyone, Dr. Luke Peterson here, physical therapist with the Knee Replacement Therapist. You're watching the Knee to Know show. For this episode, we're going to talk about adherence to physical activity and exercise, and what are some of the most common barriers to not being able to stick with and adhere to a physical activity program or an exercise program, if that's from physical therapy, if that's in life in general, whatever it may be. What are some of the biggest barriers to adherence and sticking with an exercise program? So there's plenty of knowledge out there, and I'm sure I'll do another video about this, but the benefits of physical activity and exercise when it comes to your knee are tremendous and they're definitive. If you're someone who has knee pain and knee arthritis, if you're someone who is preparing for or planning for knee replacement surgery, if you're someone who's recovering from knee replacement surgery, or if you're someone who is out down the road, you're a couple years out or more from knee replacement surgery, physical activity, exercise has tremendous benefits. And those benefits are definitive, they're conclusive, there's research, lots of studies that show the benefits, show the safety of physical activity and exercise. I'll do a different video about this soon. But let's talk about what are some of the barriers to adhering to an exercise program. So first one I like to say is just a general lack of knowledge. So kind of this can fall in terms of lack of knowledge of that there are benefits or what those benefits are, a lack of knowledge of what exercises I can do and what exercises are the best for me to do, and lack of knowledge that exercising is safe and okay to do, and it's not going to cause any increased damage or increased harm as long as you're following, good recommendations and listening to your doctor, listening to the physical therapist. Normal, typical, light to moderate exercise is not going to cause any damage or harm to your knees and actually is going to help them. Lack of knowledge of, where I can exercise, what equipment, lack of knowledge of technique, lack of knowledge of how much or how often to exercise, how many sets, how many repetitions, what days should I exercise, what days should I rest. All of these things can fall into the category of just a general lack of knowledge. Another thing is incorrect beliefs. So maybe having these misconceptions, misinformation, or just incorrect thought processes. So one of the most common ones is, of course, that exercising is going to put increased stress through my knee. It's going to cause my the severity of my pain, the severity of the arthritis to get worse. Or if you're someone who's had knee replacement, it's going to cause this, it's going to cause loosening and breakdown of the knee replacement. It's going to cause me to have to get a revision, get another surgery. These are all very common misbeliefs. Exercise and physical activity are actually going to be tremendous benefits in these regards. They're going to help with the health of your knee joint, the nutrients to your knee joint. They're going to strengthen your bones. They're going to strengthen your muscles and tendons, which is going to help provide that stability, which with stability of the knee, you're going to have decreased chances of loosening. You're going to have a better fit of your knee replacement, and you're going to have just more comfort in general over time. So there's the incorrect belief also of if I have pain with exercise right now, so the thought is we tell you that exercise is going to be pain relieving and is going to help decrease your pain, and some people think that's going to be an immediate thing. It's not going to be immediate. You're going to have probably times when you're exercising and you're going to have that increased pain for a period, and you're going to feel like you're really hurting and have more pain. But what happens is with prolonged exposure to light to moderate physical activity, exercise, your overall long-term outlook in terms of pain, symptoms is going to improve. So that's another misconception, another false belief. And then there's false beliefs about just yourself in general. So people say, I'm content and I am where I am. If that's being sedentary, if that's being, I don't know how to do exercises and I just am not going to do them. I don't have anywhere I can do them. I don't have the resources or the money or the time. All of these things can be addressed person by person. There's plenty of time in the day. It's not a thing about time, it's about decisions in the majority of cases. The decision to make that time to do your exercises. You don't have to do it very long. 20, 30 minutes of good moderate intensity exercise can be extremely beneficial. So incorrect beliefs about yourself. So this feeling of maybe negativity, maybe this feeling of hopelessness, things aren't going to get better, it's inevitable, my pain and swelling and symptoms are just going to progress and be worse, or they're just going to stay like this forever. I've tried physical therapy, I've tried injections, I've tried the gel shots, I've tried everything else, it's not going to get any better. And this is not the case. For the majority of people, exercise can be very, very beneficial, and physical activity, and it might be you just need to stick with it a little longer. Maybe you need to make some adjustments so you're doing exercises that you can tolerate, or exercises and activity that you enjoy and that you can make a habit and stick with over time and be consistent with. So it's a lot of problem solving. And then there's one of the other big things is talking about resources. So I can't go to the gym. Right now, no one can go to the gym. All the gyms are closed, basically. I believe it's maybe not across the country, but where I am in Pennsylvania and a lot of the surrounding states, these gyms are closed. Public places are closed. I don't have any equipment at my house. I don't like walking outside, whatever it may be. And the thing is that, there's plenty of exercises, there's plenty of ways to be physically active. The best type of exercise is the one that you do, the one that you can do consistently, the one that you're not gonna get bored of and stop after 1 week or 2 weeks, something that you can do consistently over time for the long term. So there's plenty of exercises, plenty of things that you could do at home without any equipment. You just need a flat surface, your bed, a couch, the floor if you can manage to get down on the floor. You can do exercises with a step if you have stairs anywhere, doing step-ups, side step-ups, all those great things. Maybe just ordering a simple, some TheraBands are relatively cheap, or getting them from your physical therapist. So the resources, not everyone's going to have the same resources all the time, but there's ways to be creative, there's ways to problem solve, and that shouldn't be a barrier to being physically active and exercising. And then some of the other things are, what are your motivations? What are your intentions? So, if your motivation is to get so many degrees of knee flexion, or so many degrees, get your knee perfectly straight, do you really believe in that deep down? Is that something that, once you achieve that, you feel tremendous and that's awesome and that's the coolest thing in the world? I want to encourage you to think of something that's more personable, more related to you and your specific goals. I want to get stronger and improve my range of motion so that I can return to skiing, so I can return to hiking, so I can do regular walks with my friend or with my dog, so I can play with my grandchildren, so I can go up and down the stairs comfortably, so I can play some tennis, so that I can just be comfortable and live without constant pain and stiffness and discomfort. So think of your goals and think of your motivations, and that's going to help you stay on that track. If you're shooting for, I want to get, the worst thing is you have no goal at all, and then you don't have anything to shoot for, so there's really no motivation besides just doing the exercise. The second best thing is shooting for a goal that isn't that meaningful, so I want to get 90 degrees or 100 degrees of knee flexion or knee bending. that's a good goal, but it's not really something that's of value and something that you feel personally for. So think of a goal, think of something that's going to give you value, give you encouragement, and it's going to motivate you to want to do the activity and do the exercises regularly. Even if they're not the most fun and they might be a little boring during the time, that's going to help you get to that goal. And along that same line, make exercise and make physical activity fun. The best exercise, like I said a few minutes ago, is the one that you do consistently. So if that's gardening, if that's stretching and yoga, if that's swimming or aquatic therapy, if it's cycling, if it's strength training, the list goes on and on. I don't have to name all the different exercises, but what's going to be enjoyable for you, and that's the one that I encourage you to do and to do regularly. And have the social supports. And I know I'm not supposed to get into the tips for improving your exercise adherence and sticking to a routine, but have those social supports. Have someone to work out with or to keep you in check, or someone who you can check in that you did your exercises, if that's a spouse, if that's a family member, a good friend, your physical therapist, a trainer, whatever that may be. All right, so this video is just to touch on a couple of the common reasons why people fall off the tracks, don't continue with exercise and physical activity programs, some of those barriers and obstacles that are very common. Another video, maybe tomorrow, I'll talk about ways that we can address these obstacles and overcome these obstacles and improve our adherence and improve our compliance and sticking with exercise and physical activity, because it's so tremendously important and beneficial for you and your health and your knee. So this has been the Need to Know Show. I'm Dr. Luke Peterson. If you have any questions or comments or found this helpful or beneficial, I'd love for you to leave a comment, leave a message, put a like down there. Helps get this video out to more and more people who might need to see it and benefit from it. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Take care, and we'll see you tomorrow.